What if the person you were destined to love was chosen by a single molecule firing in your brain before you even said hello? Yeah, that rush you felt the first time your eyes locked across the room, it wasn't fate. It wasn't magic. It wasn't even the one. It was chemistry, raw and unstoppable, hijacking your neurons like a street racer flooring it through a red light. Hit that like if you're ready to dive deeper than ever before into why we fall, why we crash, and why some hearts just refuse to let go. Think about the last time someone walked into your life and everything tilted. Maybe it was the barista who remembered your order, or the stranger on the train whose laugh cracked open a part of you that had been locked for years. Your palms got sweaty, your voice did that weird high-pitched thing, and suddenly you're replaying every second on a loop like a teenager. We call it butterflies. Science calls it a neurochemical storm. And right now in 2025, brand new studies are mapping that storm in real time, showing us exactly which switches flip which hormone surge. And get this, how your DNA might be whispering sweet nothings to theirs before either of you knows what's happening. Let's start with the spark everybody feels but nobody can explain. You're at a party, music thumping, small talk swirling, and then boom, one glance and your brain lights up like a city grid during a blackout. A 2024 fMRI experiment out of Stanford tracked this exact moment in 90 volunteers. The second they spotted someone they rated a perfect 10. Their ventral tegmental area, VTA, your brain's reward factory, exploded with dopamine at levels rivaling a hit of cocaine. Not a polite little buzz, mind you, but a full-on jackpot. The same circuitry that keeps gamblers glued to slot machines. In under half a second, your pupils dilate, your heart rate spikes, and a cocktail of norepinephrine floods your bloodstream, sharpening every sense until the rest of the room fades to static. That's why time slows down, why their voice sounds like it's underwater, why you forget your own name. Your brain just declared a national emergency labeled Priority 1. Secure this human. But dopamine is only the opening act. Enter oxytocin, the cuddle chemical that turns a fling into a future. Picture this. You finally touched maybe a brush of hands reaching for the same coffee cup, and a cascade of oxytocin surges from your hypothalamus binding to receptors in your prefrontal cortex and amygdala like a warm blanket draped over your fear center. A 2025 paper in Nature Neuroscience followed 60 couples for 6 months and found that the higher their oxytocin response during first physical contact, the more likely they were to still be together and disgustingly happy at the follow-up. One pair clocked oxytocin levels 30% above average after a 2-second hug. They are now engaged. Coincidence? Hardly. Oxytocin doesn't just make you feel safe, it rewires trust. It tells your brain, this one won't ghost you, this one's home. Now, here's where it gets wild. Your nose is low-key running the whole show. Buried inside your nasal cavity sits the vomerona cell organ, a tiny pheromone detector most people think humans lost millions of years ago. Wrong. A 20-20-3 study from the University of Tokyo swabbed the noses of 200 singles and found that women exposed to sweat from men whose immune gene, specifically the major histocompatibility complex, or MHC, differed most from their own, rated the scent as irresistibly sexy 72% of the time. Same sweat, different noses, total opposite reaction. Why? Because MHC, diversity, equals healthier babies. Your body is playing 4-dimensional chess while you're just trying to remember how to flirt. And it's not only genes, it's timing. Estrogen peaks make women hyper-tuned to symmetrical faces. Think Chris Hemsworth jawlines, because symmetry screams good DNA. Low mutation load. Testosterone surges do the reverse for men, dialing up attraction to hourglass ratios that signal fertility. A fresh 2025 meta-analysis crunched data from 30,000 dating app swipes and confirmed the pattern holds across cultures, incomes, and sexual orientations. The algorithm doesn't care if you're in Tokyo or Toronto. Biology is the puppet master. Okay, but what about love that sneaks up on you? The slow burn friendships that one day detonate into something unstoppable. That's serotonin stepping into the ring. Low serotonin levels mimic obsessive-compulsive disorder, which explains why new couples check their phones every 6 minutes and replay conversations like detectives. A 2024 Oxford study scanned the brains of people in the first 3 months of infatuation and found serotonin transporters plummeting up to 40%, literally the same drop seen in clinical OCD. You're not crazy. You're chemically obsessed, and the crazier part, the longer the obsession lasts, the more your brain starts mirroring theirs. Mirror neurons fire when they laugh, your empathy circuits sync up, and suddenly you finish each other's sentences. A Berlin couple in the study showed 91% neural overlap after 18 months. Scientists called it the merged self. Poets call it soulmates. Let's zoom out to the explorers pushing these frontiers right now. Meet Dr. Elena Vasquez, a 34-year-old neurochemist who spent the last year in a converted warehouse outside Lisbon, mapping love in real time. Her team straps couples into dual EEG caps, pumps synthetic pheromones through hidden vents, and watches their brains dance. Last month they hit gold, a 30-second delay between a woman inhaling her partner's scent and a measurable spike in her nucleus accumbens, the pleasure jackpot faster than any drug on record. Elena's voice cracked when she told the press, "We're not just falling in love, we're being drafted." Her lab's waitlist for volunteers stretches into 2027, and private investors are pouring in. Hundreds of millions, because the applications are endless. Think matchmaking algorithms that actually work. Therapies for heartbreak that don't involve ice cream and sad playlists, even criminal profiling based on pheromone incompatibility across the Atlantic. A startup called Amare is crunching petabytes of data from dating apps, smartwatches and Dear Smart mattresses that track heart rate variability during sleep. Their latest model predicts breakup risk with 87% accuracy by week 6. 87, that's better than most therapists. They're not stopping there. Next quarter they roll out a feature that syncs with your calendar and subtly nudges you toward coffee shops where high compatibility profiles are grabbing lattes. Creepy maybe. Effective. Last pilot group reported a 43% increase in second dates. The future of love is an algorithm wearing Cupid's wings. But hold up, skeptics are screaming from the rooftops. Love isn't a formula, they shout. You can't reduce poetry to peptides. Fair. A 2025 Pew survey found 58% of adults would refuse a perfect match guarantee if it meant sharing genetic data. Privacy concerns are real. Data breaches could weaponize desire. And yet, a counterwave is rising. Indigenous communities in the Amazon have used plant-based pheromones for centuries to strengthen pair bonds. Science is only now catching up. A fresh WHO report highlights how understanding oxytocin pathways could treat postpartum depression, potentially saving millions of families. The same chemistry that makes us fall can keep us whole. Now lean in, because here's the speculative scenario that keeps me up at night. It's you're 25, single, and you walk into a clinic for your annual health scan. A technician swabs your cheek, sequences your MHC, maps your oxytocin receptors, and uploads everything to a quantum matcher. 30 seconds later, your wrist buzzes, 98% compatibility detected, location 3 blocks away, heading to the same bookstore. You round the corner, heart hammering, and there they are holding the exact novel you came for. You don't know their name yet, but your VTA is already throwing a parade. 10 years later, you're celebrating your anniversary on a rooftop, watching your kids chase fireflies, and you realize the algorithm didn't steal, romance it, just removed the guesswork. The spark is still yours to ignite. Drop in the comments, would you swipe right on Destiny if science handed you the match? Tag a friend who needs their mind blown, because the abyss of love stares back, and it's got your number. This ISNT just about who we kiss under fireworks or whose hoodie we steal on rainy mornings. It's about decoding the oldest mystery in the book, why 1 in 8 billion feels like the only one who ever mattered. Every breakthrough, every late-night lab accident, every couple brave enough to let strangers scan their souls is inching us closer to an answer that's been hiding in plain sight. Love ISNT, random. It's a recipe, and we're finally learning the ingredients. This changed how I see the world. I used to think connection was chaos, a cosmic coin flip. Now I know it's choreography, messy, magnificent, and measurable. We're on the cusp, people. Miss this, and you'll wonder what secrets your own heart is keeping. Smash subscribe for more dives into the impossible, comment your wildest theory below, and share this with your adventure squad because love's calling, and who knows what answers you'll uncover next.